Hello everyone, my name is Aarti and you're watching HW News. It has been 7 years since Narendra Modi first took to power, but the Modi-Shah duo never fails to throw a surprise at people at the most unexpected time. For some, this may be something to admire, a masterstroke. For some, it may not. So when Vijay Rupani resigned as Gujarat Chief Minister 2 days ago, it took keen political observers by surprise. There were reports of discontent against Vijay Rupani among BJP cadres in Gujarat for quite some time. In fact, one such report indicating possible replacement of Rupani even landed a scribe a sedition case. And despite this, the resignation of Vijay Rupani came as a sudden development. But what was even more shocking was BJP's swift selection of a new chief minister. Today, first-time MLA Bhupendra Patel was sworn in as the 17th Gujarat chief minister. He is a 59-year-old and represents the Ghatlodia constituency. He belongs to the Kadva Patidar community, one of the influential communities from the vote bank politics prism. He is also the first chief minister from this community. The obvious reason behind this move is next year's Gujarat Assembly elections. Now, last time around, the BJP managed to keep the state under saffron fold with a thin margin. This happened because of the massive Patidar agitation in the state for reservation led by Hardik Patel. The Patidar Andolan was marked with widespread violence and arson and burning. There were police lathicharge on protesters. Following this, then Gujarat Chief Minister Anandiben Patel had to resign from the post and Vijay Rupani completed rest of the term. After the 2017 victory, he remained Chief Minister for a period of 3 years. However, Gujarat's handling of the second wave of the pandemic drew sharp criticism. There were allegations of state government not disclosing actual data of COVID deaths in the state. Newspapers ran stories on how crucial drugs were found with BJP state chief when common people were unable to find them in medicals. So while there was discontent among people, even internally discontent was brewing against Vijay Rupani within the BJP. All of this did influence the decision of the BJP leadership to remove him from the post. Not only Vijay Rupani but also his entire cabinet resigned with him. Now, Bhupendra Patel's swearing in was attended by who's who of the BJP, including Home Minister Amit Shah, Haryana Chief Minister Manohar Lal Khattar, Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan, Goa Chief Minister Pramod Sawant and Karnataka Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai. It is noteworthy how under Modi and Shah, BJP's decision-making has become so centralized that it doesn't even take long for them to remove a leader from a powerful position in the state and install a new one. In fact, if you look back at the last 6 months, you would realize the party has changed 5 chief ministers in this year alone. All of them from the point of view of next year's assembly election. Let us have a look at them. Uttarakhand Chief Minister Trivendra Singh Rawat was the first casualty in the flurry of resignations from the BJP chief ministers. The next casualty was also from Uttarakhand, successor of Trivendra Singh Rawat, named as Tirath Singh Rawat, had to resign because the 6-month window was nearing completion. However, observers believe it were the bizarre and controversial remarks made by him that led the party to seek his resignation. The Saffron Party fought the Assam Assembly election under the leadership of Sarbananda Sonowal, who was also the Chief Minister of the northeastern state in the previous term. However, the BJP High Command opted for a change of guard in Assam, picking Himanta Biswa Sarma over incumbent Sarbananda Sonowal as the new Chief Minister. Then, after months of speculation due to growing dissidence within the Bharatiya Janata Party, in the only southern state it has ever been in power, Karnataka, Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa resigned in the month of July. The 78-year-old made the announcement in an emotional speech at an event celebrating 2 years in power before submitting his resignation to the governor. Basavaraj Bommai, another Lingayat leader, was made Karnataka Chief Minister. And now, it is the time of Vijay Rupani. What is common among the majority of the chief ministers who were replaced in the last 6 months is the dissent against them in the party cadre and the public criticism that they faced over their handling of the state's affairs. So one can say there is a pattern to BJP changing its chief ministers. Now this brings us to our today's story. If this is the case, if these two are the deciding factors for the BJP, then why has BJP not been able to apply the same in Uttar Pradesh? Why is it so easy for the BJP to get rid of Vijay Rupani, Trivendra Singh Rawat, Tirath Singh Rawat, Sarbananda Sonowal to resign, but not Yogi Adityanath. Even B.S. Yediyurappa, one of the tallest BJP leaders in the only South Indian state it managed to spread to, was removed from the chief ministerial post almost unceremoniously. So why is it that the central BJP leadership finds it difficult to do the same when it comes to Yogi Adityanath? Even in Uttar Pradesh, the BJP MLAs are not really happy with Yogi Adityanath's style of functioning. The state administration has been criticized for mishandling of the second wave of the pandemic. The floating dead bodies in Ganga, deteriorating law and order situation, heightened communalism and caste violence. The Brahmins are also apparently not happy with Yogi Adityanath, and this is why the BJP had to bring in Congress's Jitin Prasada to saffron fold. It had to bring in A.K. Sharma from the PMO to UP Assembly. The RSS delegation was camped in Uttar Pradesh for 3 days to review the situation in the state. And despite all of this, Yogi Adityanath did not deter an inch and made it a point that he is the face of 2022 UP Assembly election for BJP. He prevailed over the central leadership of Modi Shah. Modi Shah also realized that UP is too big a state to lose to sideline Yogi Adityanath. So what does this indicate? That after Modi, Yogi Adityanath is the only leader in the BJP who is independently the most popular and fierce leader. That Yogi Adityanath has emerged as a leader who does not draw his power from the BJP but from the cause of Hindutva, and that gives him the power to even stand up to Modi and Shah. He has his followers, his own vote bank based on his agenda of Hindutva separate from the BJP, and thus it may be easy for Modi Shah to get Rupani, Rawat, Yediyurappa to resign, but not Yogi Adityanath. So how should we see it from the 2024 point of view with a focus on Prime Minister Modi's leadership? Well, it seems that politics has come full circle for Prime Minister Modi. Remember 2002? Then Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee desperately wanted Narendra Modi, the then Chief Minister of Gujarat, to step down following the Godhra Kand. But Modi was defiant, and the feud was out in the open for everyone to see it. Let us first watch this clip of Vajpayee and Modi.
धर्म ये शब्द काफी सार्थक है। मैं उसी का पालन कर रहा हूं, पालन करने का प्रयास कर रहा हूं। राजा के लिए, शासक के लिए प्रजा प्रजा में भेद नहीं हो सकता, न जन्म के आधार पर, न जाति के आधार पर, न संप्रदाय के आधार पर।
Then Gujarat CM Narendra Modi was leader in his own right. He had his voter base that did not support him because of BJP, but they supported BJP because of Narendra Modi. He knew it well and refused to step down. Today, Modi is the Prime Minister, and if we have got the indications right, he wanted Yogi to step down, but Yogi remains defiant. The years have changed, the roles have reversed, but the history repeats itself. So if we compare today's Yogi Adityanath to CM Narendra Modi, the traits are more or less similar. Now, will that also manifest in other matters like sidelining of the mentors? That is what we have to see. After being elected as Prime Minister for the first year, PM Modi missed no chance to heap praises on his mentor L.K. Advani. But eventually, he was made a member of Margadarshak Mandal to keep him away from active politics. Come 2024, PM Modi will be around 73 to 74 years old. 75 is the age limit for CMs and PMs in BJP. If at all, Yogi continues as Chief Minister, will it look the same for Modi as it did for Advani? That's a food for thought. Do let us know what do you think about this in the comment box below. For more news and updates, you can log on to www.hwnews.in. Also, before ending this video, I have a small request for all of our viewers. First of all, thank you so much for supporting our YouTube membership program. But we need more of your support so that we can continue to do the journalism that speaks truth to power. To speak truth to power, we need your support, we need the courage and conviction and also the support of our viewers. So we have launched another option on our website through which you can now subscribe to HW News Network. You can choose if you want to support us through monthly one-time payment or yearly one-time payment. So please Go to our website, go to support on the topmost toolbar, click on the support page, and then you can see the options that are available for you for monthly one-time payment and yearly one-time payment. Please do support us because your support enables us to speak truth to power. Thank you so much.